Today, let's compare Fxify with Finotive Funding. We'll have a look at similar challenges between the two and see how they compare. Let's dive in. Although smaller than some of the big players you've probably already heard of, Fxify and Finotive Funding are great choices. I actually have accounts with both of them. We'll have a look after. We're going to compare like for like today and have a look at the two-phase 10K challenges, see how they compare between the two. So here we are on the 10K challenges for both accounts. We're looking at the two-step challenges here, so we can compare like for like. I actually have a one-step challenge here with Finotive Funding, but I also have a two-step challenge with Fxify. So straight away, you can see there's similar prices, with Finotive Funding coming in at $74 and Fxify coming in at $89. Not much in it between the two there, very similar. One of the standout differences is the profit targets are different between the two, with Finotive Funding on phase 1 requiring 7.5%, and then on phase 2, just 5%. Whereas with Fxify, phase 1 is 5% and phase 2 is 10%. So you do need to make a bit more on Fxify's account compared to Finotive Funding with regards to profit targets. But adding the two together, it's not that much difference. It's 12.5% for Finotive Funding and 15% for Fxify in total across the two phases. With regards to drawdown, Finotive Funding is 5% on the daily and 10% on the maximum, whereas Fxify is very similar with 4% on the daily and 10% on the maximum. One big difference to note is how the drawdown is calculated between the two, with Fxify having a static drawdown of 10% from your account balance at the start. So quite simply, if you have a 10K account, your static drawdown is 10% of that. So you've got until $9,000. So your drawdown is $1,000, simple. When it comes to Finotive Funding, they do a bit of a mixture of the two. I had to actually go into the FAQs and ask the bot here to find out. But it looks like your drawdown is based off the end of day balance, which in itself is okay. But then it also says they monitor it throughout the day. So it's the end of day balance plus the running equity P&L of the current day. This I'm not that keen on, because it means if your account runs up to 4% in profit and then drops back down to break even, you will breach your account. Whereas Fxify have a much simpler system. You have 10%, that is it, static from the account balance for the lifetime of the account. Simple. I like to think Finotive Funding are an honest, friendly company, so it'd be nice if they'd update their website to clearly display how the drawdown is calculated, rather than me having to go in to ask the AI bot. But it is what it is. There's no consistency rule on either account, although Finotive Funding do require 2 profitable days of 0.5%. This is nothing to worry about. You should be gaining 0.5% profits in your natural trading anyway. Fxify does have 4-day minimum trading days. That's all on their side. Both companies differ when it comes to leverage as well. Fxify offering a lower leverage here of 30-1 compared to Finotive Funding offering 100-1. Shall we look at the dashboards of both companies so we can see what it's like when you purchase an account with each of these? I do like both of these companies and have purchased accounts with both of them. I like Finotive Funding and I like Fxify. That's why I have accounts with both of them. On Finotive Funding, if you remember from the review, I bought a 10K one-step account, although we are comparing two-step accounts here. My personal account is a 10K one-step account. I don't think there was much price difference between the two at the time, and that's just the one I chose. When it comes to Fxify, I chose to purchase a 25K two-step account previously before doing this comparison. Hence my two personal accounts here are not a like-for-like comparison like we're doing at the moment. But it will allow you to see the dashboards of both companies at least. Here's the Finotive Funding dashboard. Not a lot really in there to have a look at. All the bits you need, I suppose. They have a risk calculator here where you can enter all the details to calculate your risk per trade. Finotive Funding also have their own trading terminal. Let's have a quick look here, which I do quite like. And in fact is one of the reasons I got an account with them, because I'm a bit curious and I always like to try new things. So I actually trade using their sort of bespoke little trading platform here. Yes, it does have a couple little bugs in it. Like if you try and move a line, it will also move a chart around, unless you click on the line first and then move the line, or click on the chart and move the chart. Apart from that, it's pretty good really. And I quite like trading on it. Something different, keeps me interested. If we have a look at the Fxify trading dashboard here, on the 25K two-phase account that I have, you can see there's a lot more information, a lot more details there. So when it comes to the trading dashboards for the accounts, I think Fxify win on this with a much better dashboard and lots more information for you to scroll through and have a look through. Whereas Finotive Funding's dashboard is a little bit basic, doesn't have a lot in there. but Finotive Funding do have their own bespoke trading platform built in. So to conclude, I actually like both of these firms. I'd be happy to recommend either of them. I think if you had to push me to choose one out of the two, it would have to be a Fxify here, largely because they have a static drawdown, whereas Finotive Funding have that rather than the end of the day trailing drawdown plus the equity balance during the day. It seems a bit odd to me, but don't let that put you off. Both firms are great. I like them both. Do you have accounts with either of these firms? Do you have a preference between the two? Is there a reason why you prefer one over the other? Let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to see. And remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.